मुकाबला फ्रांस के गिले साइमन से होगा। इसके साथ ही ये समाचार बुलेटिन समाप्त हुआ।
This is All India Radio. The news read by V. Ravi Kumar. Hudhud, which developed into a very severe cyclonic storm, has moved slightly north-northwestwards and lay centered about 160 kilometers southeast of Visakhapatnam and 280 kilometers south-southwest of Gopalpur in Odisha. The latest bulletin of the Met Department said that the system would move northwestwards and cross North Andhra Pradesh coast close to Visakhapatnam around noon today. It said even after landfall, the system would maintain the intensity of a very severe cyclonic storm for 6 hours and gradually weaken into a cyclonic storm in the subsequent 6 hours while moving northwestwards across South Interior Odisha and Chhattisgarh. Director General of Indian Meteorological Department L.S. Rathore said that 4 districts, Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam and East Godavari, are likely to get the maximum burst when the system crosses the coast of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Rathore said that southern Odisha will also get fairly widespread heavy to very heavy rainfall. The districts which are likely to be impacted are Ganjam, Gajapati, Rangiri, Koraput, Malkangiri, Kordani, Navaranpur and Malkangiri. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu said that the state administration has been geared up to face any eventuality. The Odisha government has started evacuating people from vulnerable areas in the southern parts of the state to safer places and multi-purpose cyclone centers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked Home Minister Rajnath Singh to remain in touch with Chief Ministers of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Reviewing the preparedness for cyclone at a high-level meeting in New Delhi last evening, Mr. Modi instructed senior officers of the government to maintain close contact and coordination with officers of the affected states to ensure that relief and rescue operations proceed smoothly. He said suitable arrangements should be made to inform people about the cyclone on a real-time basis. National Crisis Management Committee and CMC also reviewed the preparedness for relief and rescue operations. In Jammu and Kashmir, after a 2 days lull, Pakistan forces resumed heavy firing and shelling in Arispura sector along the international border last night. Different sources said Pakistan forces started unprovoked firing targeting forward posts and civilian areas in Armia and Chakroi in Arispura sector around 9 p.m., which was retaliated by the troops of BSF guarding the international border. The exchange of fire is still continuing. Earlier in the afternoon, Pakistan had resorted to heavy firing targeting Indian forward posts and civilian areas in Kerni and Shahpur subsectors along the line of control in Puch district. Nobel Peace Prize winner Kailash Satyarthi called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his residence in New Delhi yesterday and expressed his keenness to contribute to the government's Swachh Bharat mission and Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. The Prime Minister congratulated Mr. Satyarthi, who is a crusader against child trafficking and labor, on his winning the Nobel Prize. An official release said in New Delhi that Mr. Modi shared his views with Satyarthi on the use of the social media for tracking missing children. The National Commission for Women, NCW, has sought an action-taken report from the Delhi police in the case of Sunanda Pushkar's death. The move came following the latest report from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which reportedly said that Sunanda's death was caused due to poisoning. Chairman of NCW, Lalita Kumar Mangalam, also asked the police to submit the fresh medical report submitted by AIIMS doctors. The Special Crime Branch of CBI questioned Sharada scam accused MP Kunal Ghosh in jail in Kolkata yesterday. CBI sources said the investigating team went to the Presidency Correctional Home and took a statement on the issue. Earlier, Ghosh had urged the Metropolitan Magistrates Court to allow him to submit his statement before the magistrate in the correctional home. The court then had directed the CBI investigating officer to submit a report in this regard after recording Ghosh's statement. India defeated the West Indies by 48 runs in the second ODI at the Firoz Shah Kotla Stadium in Delhi last night to level the 5-match series 1-all. Opting to bat first, the hosts posted 263 for 7 in the stipulated 50 overs. Virat Kohli and Suresh Raina top scored with 62 each, while skipper MS Dhoni's end-of-innings cameo of 51 not out helped India reach the total of 263. In reply, after a strong start, the West Indies were bundled out for 215 in 46.3 overs. After the wicket of Dwayne Smith, who made 97, the visitors slid from 170 for 3 to 215 all out. Mohammad Shami bagged 4 wickets, Ravindra Jadeja took 3, and Amit Mishra 2 wickets. Shami was adjudged man of the match. And in the ATP Shanghai Masters Tennis Tournament, Roger Federer defeated world number 1 Novak Djokovic yesterday to set up a clash with Gilles Simon of France for the singles trophy. And that is the end of this news bulletin.